As a family, we are in the process of reducing our material possessions. There are places where we still need a lot of control over our minds, but we are on the journey to simplifying our lives. Since we started our conscious journey 3 years ago, I've noticed how much difference it is making in our lives. Kiara is going into her teenage years soon. I want to inspire her to become a conscious consumer and build a better life by owning less. I'm sure there are challenges that I might face. Teenagers begin to explore their decision making. They would not value inputs from others, especially parents. If you have a teenager at home, you will know what I mean. Teenagers look for acceptance from their friends. Our world is growing increasingly materialistic. Advertisements intentionally target young adults. Trust me, I've been on the other side of creating products targeting young adults. There are so many benefits to understanding this message. Their spending habits are not yet formed. They're observing us parents and learning the habits, but not fully formed yet. They don't have liabilities yet. House loans, car loans, personal loans, credit cards, you know what I mean. Won't it be great if they don't get into all that? The most important life decisions are still ahead of them. Simplicity will help them make good decisions. As parents, adults, we understand the importance of keeping our teens from years and years of financial burden and contributing towards the world that consumerism determines. There is an opportunity for us to inspire teens to have a life filled with value and contribution. Keeping the challenges and benefits in mind, here are 10 important steps we can take to raise consumer conscious teens in times of excess. Number one, teach them to give less importance to material stuff. The mind is the most basic reality, and the physical world exists only as an expression of mind. Whatever your mind thinks of having, you will have it. If you train your mind not to think about material things, you will not want those. Generally, this idea is discouraged, whereas it should be encouraged. We always tell our kids to have bigger houses, the latest cars, trendy clothes, and fancy life. Number two, help others together as a family. Be active by spending time in your community. Donate your unwanted stuff to organizations that help the unprivileged. This will make your child understand the life of others and be helpful. Number three, get them exposed to unprivileged lifestyles. Looking at the families who live happily with less will make them understand that life can be lived that way too. If possible, make them be part of a community who live with less. Number four, watch less television. This will help you spend more time playing and creating new games with your kids. This will give positive results for you and your child. Number five, stop entitlement in your family. As parents, we want best possible comfortable life for our children. In that process, we tend to forget to teach them the reality of life. The things we possess will have to be maintained. Laundry need to be folded, groceries need to be sorted, houses and cars need to be cleaned and maintained. We must teach them as early and as often as possible. Number six, model simplicity. Life lessons are better understood by observing than teaching. The important step is to show them how life will be with intentionally living with less. Number seven, what do all the advertisements mean? As advertisements are not going away and cannot be completely avoided, make your child understand the underlying message of an advertisement. You can ask them, what are they really trying to sell from this marketing strategy? This can become a fun little game in your family. Number eight, make teens pay for expensive items that they want. Every parent has to provide food, shelter, and clothing to their kids. All of us want to give gifts and comforts to our kids, but asking them to purchase expensive items by themselves will give them a better understanding of how work, money, and consumerism are related. Number 9, find a trustworthy voice. By the time your child reaches teenage years, your role as a parent has changed a lot. The teens start expressing their independence and their relationship with their parents. They start listening to someone they form trust with. Find someone who follows your values and speak to your child. Number 10, teach them that what matters most is not what they own, but who they are. The greater asset is to be a person with high ethics than a person with material possessions. Believe this truth, live this truth, and remind the teenagers in your life as often as possible. We have chased happiness, fulfillment in the possessions, and richness for too long. It is time we intentionally raise a generation that values greater things.